Hey there, CPO here, and this is the Dromida Ominus. It's a quadcopter that is advertised as fun to fly, easy to fly, and nearly impossible to break. It does have some really cool features that will help. I'll show you why it's so tough to break. It's got some interesting design stuff. Some other interesting things about it is it's got the auto flip capability, which I'll also show you. It does come with this single cell 3.7 volt 700 milliamp 25C battery, and you know, it's actually a pretty cool looking quadcopter. Let's see what else is in the box though. You've got your transmitter here, you know, pretty typical and a ready to fly sort of a unit. It does come with the battery charger. You can use USB to charge the battery. You can also charge it on a regular charger if you choose to do so. They do provide the batteries for the transmitter, always convenient. And then also you have 4 extra props, 2 red props and 2 black props. And also note there are some tiny little prop screws in there. Don't lose those or forget they're in there. In the bottom is a very minimalistic user guide and some other stuff. You can actually go online and get a more comprehensive user manual for this, but I'm not sure if you actually really need it. It's pretty simple to figure out, but it is a cool looking little guy here. So anyway, I'm just going to plug this battery into the USB charger, plug it into my computer. The red light will come on indicating it's charging, and then when that light starts to flash, we're done charging, we can go play. In the meantime, let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. This is the gear system I was kind of talking about earlier when I mentioned the unique design. It really is a cool design, and I was very impressed. Most quadcopters have a direct drive where the motor directly drives the prop. This one uses a gear, which allows you know, it to operate differently, but also gives it that ability to be nearly indestructible and actually quite safe. But real quick, I'll just show you how easy it is to change parts on this if you need to change the shaft or this gear for some reason. And these are available at Tower Hobbies for just a couple of bucks to I mean, this thing is super cheap to repair, and all of these parts are available as replacement parts. But that's as simple as it is. Just line up your hole with your prop with the hole in the shaft there. Put your screw through, and you'll be good to go. Now, this gear design helps because it also allows the prop to be able to be stopped mid-flight. I don't know if it's some sort of a clutch system on the multi-rotor or what, but I'll show you a little bit how that looks here in a second. But for now, we got to get some batteries into this transmitter, so let's do that. Get this thing ready to fly. Real quick, while we've got the transmitter, you've got trim buttons on all 4 channels. You've got a flip button, an F mode or a flight mode button, and you also have the right stick, which you can press to change modes as well, and the power button's in the middle. So our battery looks like it's charged. It's flashing at us, so we can go ahead and now unplug that from the computer and check this thing out. So you turn on the transmitter first with your throttle stick down, then plug in the power for your Ominus. Once you do that, it's going to light up really nice, and that red light in the back will slow flash while it's binding, and then it will start to flash rapidly like that. When it's rapidly flashing, you are bound to the transmitter. Now check this out. I can actually stop the movement of the prop with my finger, and unlike most multi-rotors, it doesn't continue to try and spin. It actually has some sort of a, I don't know, a clutch mechanism in the motor. It's probably really simple. I don't know how it works, but it does stop, which is why when you hit something with this, it doesn't continue to destroy itself. So with flight modes, there are several different modes, and they're laid out on the little user guide. But with just the flight mode on and off, basically you've got easy and advanced. And then you've also got your rates, which take you into more advanced stuff. So you change your rates from pushing the transmitter stick, and you change your flight modes, which basically disables and enables self-leveling using that button on the top. It does light up really cool, which makes it great for night flying. I was pretty impressed at how well this thing lights up in the dark. In fact, I'll give you a little quick test flight in in my dining room at night, so you can kind of see how that looks. And well, here you go. So these lights are nice and bright, and red is the front, and white or clear is the back. And that red light you see spinning around, that's actually the back light. That's that same light that we showed, you know, flashing rapidly when it was bound to the transmitter. That's also your status indicator light. Another thing about these lights is they will all start to flash when your battery's low. So once the thing really starts flashing, you can, you know, stop playing and go charge. Really easy to control, although I did bang it around the dining room a few times. But it survived, and so did the table. All right, let's go outside and fly. So the auto flip function is really cool. You literally press the button, the flip button on the left side, and then you move the aileron stick whichever direction you want it to flip. And the lights will flash at you whenever you've you know, set it up for flip mode. It'll flash at you until you give it the direction to flip. But the one thing I did think originally was that you had to take it out of self-level mode or put it into the advanced mode with the flight mode. But as it turns out, you don't. You can leave it in self-level, easy flying, and still flip it, which turned out to be really cool. So anyway, you know, just enjoy. It's a great little quadcopter. We've crashed it into a couple things. CJ crashed it into the house. I put it in the ground a few times. I did try and flip it indoors, which was a small mistake because as part of the flip routine, it kind of gains elevation by, I don't know, a couple feet maybe, so that when it flips, it comes back down to where it was when you started. And I didn't think about that and crashed it, you know, hard into the ceiling. But hey, man, it's surviving, and it flies really well. Really fun to fly in beginner mode and the advanced mode. So I was experimenting a lot with the different flight modes, enabling self-level, disabling, and then increasing the rates. And it's just fun to fly. It's a hoot. But if you're new or you just want a gentle, easy, relaxing flight, leave it in, you know, self-leveling beginner mode with low rates, and just go play around. Go flip, practice orientations, all that kind of stuff. I could totally see this as a great quad for starting out somebody who's not really familiar. And it's that same feature that keeps it from, you know, destroying the motors and the props whenever you crash. That sort of a freewheeling thing that also makes it pretty safe. If you're going to bump into a person with it, that prop's going to stop spinning. So that's a really cool little side feature, which I'm sure they don't advertise that, but I immediately thought that, boy, this would be safer to get hit by this than anything else I've flown. So, and it'll move too, and it handles the wind pretty well. In self-level mode, the wind isn't a problem at all. Outside of self-level mode, in the more advanced flight mode, you can, you know, it'll blow it around a little bit. You gotta work to control it. As you can see, super easy and a lot of fun to fly. Do I recommend this? Heck yeah, I recommend it. I think it's a cool quad. Probably, you know, this is, you know, I did the Proto X as a cool little fun quad. This is more of an outdoor version, but yeah, totally would recommend this. And I think if you had a couple of these and you know, did some streamer combat like they do in the promo video for this, that could be a lot of fun as well. So anyway, flies as advertised, not very easy to break. Trust me, I tried a couple times. and that auto flipping switch is just really fun. It takes a little bit more air to flip manually, but that auto flip is just quick and easy. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. The Ominus. Awesome. Awesome.